tonight, of course, is all about what I believe to be the fundamentals of running your mental health practice online. So in other words, what is it about the digital world that will actually help you to run your practice, and what are the basics within that? And so it all boils down, as I've really said already, to the patient journey. And so we at Medesk focus on these three sectors of your business and view it as a sort of patient journey, whereby the patient's finding you by some means, they're coming in, they're booking an appointment, you're providing the services you're there to provide as the experts, and then we're helping you to find out how to retain those people. I mean, with mental health, it's not so much a problem, as of course mental health treatment, it tends to be ongoing and tends to be subject to various reviews over time and so on. It's not like an acute situation where you go for some antibiotics and you never see the patient again. So it's not so much a problem in that regard. So we're going to focus today a lot on acquisition in the first place, and provision of services in terms of things like telemedicine and whether it's worth it and how you might go about doing that, using Medesk as an example, of course. So we're going to start by looking at online booking. Now, this is a really easy way to get more patients in, and it's very good for you as well as the patients because it's simply convenient. You can pretty much leave things to their own devices and just tweak things as and when you need them. And so some of the main reasons why online booking is pretty handy to have is obviously because patients like it, and outside of hours, when you haven't got someone to pick up the phone and take a booking, online booking is really the only thing you've got between that, having that opportunity and actually losing out on a booking. Many patients are happy just to make a booking online in the first place, and they may prefer that even to calling. And so there are many ways you can make the online booking process work for you and actually make it as optimized and specific as possible. And I would start by saying that the idea is to facilitate the patient's decision making. You want to make it easier for them to make a decision and to actually get that booking in place. And one of the things you can do to start with is actually to be a bit more transparent about things. Don't just provide a contact form on your website that someone fills out and hopefully you'll get back to them. Actually show them your live availability. It doesn't have to be your full availability, and it doesn't have to mean that the patient can see too much about what you're doing, but at least they should be able to see when you're next available and kind of what time slots you've got. Because you'll find that they will choose a time that's convenient to them. It's obviously, a priori convenient for you because you've defined that time slot as it being in existence in the first place, and then it means that the booking is just all well and good. Another thing I would say is to display your biography on the booking system. So not just a case of letting someone make a booking, giving them a calendar, and then that's it. Actually having a bit of a biography there with a photograph of yourself, nice portrait photo, and a little bit about what you stand for, what makes you different from other practitioners or other practices. And then, of course, linked in with that, the actual live availability on top. And the way that we do it at Medesk actually allows you to give out links to different referral partners and allow them to make bookings on behalf of patients as well. So if for example, you've got a couple of GPs in your network, you may actually want to just give them links that they can then use and book people through. Same applies for anything really, whether it's whether you're going to use sort of social media channels and put links there, or whether you're going to use say like a call center or something like that, and you can give them the link to use as well if you don't want them to use Medesk itself and actually have access to too much of your information. So there's a huge amount you can do. And so just an example of how a bio might look. So you can see here you've got a photograph, you've got a description of what the person stands for, you've got their next availability, and you've got a bit more about them beneath. So, and then what it does, I find, is it does increase the likelihood that a patient's going to book with you. because when they can see who it is they're booking with, they can see that you're a real human being. You're not just, it's not just a booking system that you might get landed with anyone. They can see exactly what's going on, and it does increase that chance of them making a booking. Just a little bit about how the networking kind of aspect of things works. So essentially what you do is you speak to people in your professional network, people you'd be happy to accept a referral from. You give them a unique link that we would develop for you, or in fact you can do it yourself within the system. It's pretty much a click button job. And each link you get is trackable. And it means that we can count how many patients are coming through, how many appointments are coming through as well, for each particular channel. So you know which referral partners are working best for you, and you can do whatever you need, whether you can just thank them if they're, like an acquaintance or whatever, or you can incentivize them, of course, if it's an agency, or you can change your advertising approach if a certain social media is working well for you, and so on. And so all of that is possible purely through putting different links in different places. And of course, what we do on top of that is we actually look at exactly what kinds of clients you're getting. So it could be lots of people with a certain presenting complaint, or a lot of people of a certain demographic, or from a certain part of the country, or could be certain amount of people who would prefer telemedicine over a physical appointment. And you will actually be able to break that down as a click button exercise, and see exactly what's going on in each situation. And it would allow you then to tailor the way you present yourself to the world in each given scenario, which again will reinforce all the things you've been doing and get you even more patients. We release new videos every week. Hit that subscribe button to learn how to grow your practice faster.